All right, guys. So, craziest thing happened. Okay, so while I was spirit led and led by my higher self as well to deliver this message to you guys, while I sat there and I recorded the whole thing and channeling through the information and just everything was going according to plan and or whatever plan spirit had, and as I was doing the whole entire reading and everything for the collective, I stopped the recording right to play it back, and I had no audio attached to it. And I was super bummed out. So I trashed the video, right? Because I was like, I mean, what the hell's the point of, you just see my hands moving, And then later on, I was like, you know what? Fuck this. Screw this. I'm going to re-record this regarding the audio. So if you guys notice, like my hands may not be in sync with my words or something to that effect, or you don't hear any shuffling, it's because of that reason that there's no audio, but this is an overlay, all right, guys? Okay. So as we just, discussed here, the 4D is, the entities within the 4D are really, they're trying to fight back right now. You know what I mean, guys? And this message really, really, really needed to get out. And it had to do a lot with this Venus retrograde. Y'all guys, including myself, are feeling it right now. So many people are heartbroken. So many people are just experiencing things right now and experiencing extreme purges and just like feeling betrayed and feeling just so sorrow filled. But this all serves a specific purpose, guys. What this serves here is we need to release our emotional attachment to things outside of ourselves. And I know, a lot of readers say this, and I've said this before to you guys as well, but this is some real shit now, guys. Like we've come to this point, you know what I mean? Now let me explain a little bit of the archetypes, you know what I mean, of Venus and Scorpio and Pluto. If I ever mention Scorpio in here, in this little reading here, or I mention Pluto, it's just pretty much, for the sake of this reading, it's just pretty much the same thing, okay, guys? Just want to let you guys know that. So, Venus. A lot of individuals will say, oh, it's how we love. Absolutely. But more importantly, Venus is how we relate to people. And it's our values as well, regarding how much value do we place on certain things, and those things as to which we place value upon. How is that emblematic of how we feel about ourselves inside? Is it something that is tangible? Is it something that is a minuscule item? Do we place that much value regarding our self-worth within an item to the point where we feel like we cannot move within an item or a person or situation, whatever it may be? Do we place it that much in it, that we end up, it ends up kind of making up the basis of our self-worth. Now that may seem a little bit like, what? But it's true, guys. This is Venus, you know what I mean? And since it's in Scorpio, okay? It's going deep, guys. Now, Pluto, Scorpio, it's all about the emotional attachments that we bring into this lifetime. And this is like the archetype regarding astrology, you know what I mean? And transits and things of that nature. It's the attachments that we bring into this lifetime, guys. And it's that as to which we need to separate ourselves from, and that's what this Venus retrograde is really asking of us. Release those individuals, release those people, release those friends, release whatever it is that's keeping you bound, and that's keeping you, that as to which you are putting so much of your self-worth into, that you feel like if it is gone, you cannot carry or continue on. Now, why are we going through this deep purge? We're now here, guys, to really look at our deepest subconscious fears. Our deepest fears, our scariest shit that we could not even imagine happening. It's happening, And the reason why it's happening, guys, it's to show you that it's to show you where you misguided placing your power. You know what I mean? And it's here, guys, to show you and to bless you with no longer carrying fear within you. And I understand that, you know, at this time, given the emotions and given, you know, going through the process of this, you may feel, you know, like, why did I deserve this? What did I do to deserve this? Don't look at it like that. Try and look at this from a different perspective. Now, when I say different perspective, meaning, why did I put myself in this position? I knew I saw the red flags. I fucking knew I saw the red flags. I knew I shouldn't have went back. I knew I shouldn't have taken that. I knew I shouldn't have done this, done that. But yet, I still did that. Now, work through the emotions. Feel it. Purge it out. Cry it out. You know what I mean? But the most important part here, guys, is to really take emotional responsibility for your guys' selves. And me as well. I'm talking to me just as much as to you guys, you know. I'm part of the collective as well, and so is every other reader or any other individual on YouTube, you know what I mean? And on different platforms. We must take emotional responsibility for our own shit, and we have to then look at ourselves and say, why did I do that? Why did I allow that to happen? So in a way, guys, when we look at it from that perspective, we manifested our own deepest fear. And we hold on desperately to things or people that fill that void within us. We are all being asked to take that emotional responsibility for ourselves. And guys, it comes in time. It's a process, you know. But when that happens, guys, and you look at the situation from a different perspective, and let me say this too, taking emotional responsibility for your own shit and for your own stuff and for the positions as to which you placed yourself into, when that is recognized, from that very moment, that is when you begin healing, and that is when you begin transforming yourself, and that's when you begin ascending that much further, and that's when you begin taking your power back and not allowing anyone to take it or you giving away willfully. And this is all happening, guys, so that then once we move past this, because energy is fluid, we will move past this. We can only move forward, guys. It is the only direction that God has provided for us. So we must move forward, you know, in our own way as to which we see fit. Now, when this is all recognized and when this is all said and done, it's to align our consciousness and our intention, guys, so that our consciousness and our intention can be in line with our reality. Because we deserve that. You deserve that. Absolutely. Because that's when we live authentically and we don't feel the need to hide anything, and we don't feel the need to attach to anything else. And see, what's very interesting here is when I mention your perception is your reality. And if you've been on a spiritual path or not, because this is affecting everyone as a collective, whether you are spiritually aware or not, look what's going on. You're beginning to manifest your reality by releasing these attachments. That's what's going on underneath the surface. So you're already on your way to making this possible. Your soul has signed up for this specific moment. And we need to then not place blame in, it's because of this person, it's because of that person. Yes, there are exceptions, don't get me wrong, but very, 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 very few. And yes, we cannot control what happens to us all of the time or per se, but we can damn control how we react to it and that is to which we learn from it. And when we stop placing the blame on other people and saying, oh, it's because of this individual or it's because of this thing is the reason why I reacted like that and they put me in that position. No, you put yourself in that position, you know what I mean? You put yourself maybe possibly in that position to even begin with, to even get to this point to where you would then place that blame on someone else. We must take that responsibility, emotional responsibility for ourselves. And in all of this, I know this sounds It may sound a little bit harsh, or a little bit rough coming off or coming through here. But this is what happens, guys, when we give our power away. And when I say give our power away, it doesn't mean, I'm not trying to say here that there's a negative connotation attached to it, like an arrogance. There's not. But we have to recognize that we put our self-worth and our self-love in someone else's hands, and in someone else's or something's validation. When we do this, guys, when we place our self-worth and power in someone else's hands or something else's hands, and we seek that validation, we immediately lose. We immediately trample over our own heart. Now, this is not, I'm not implying here, like, you know, you just go around saying, I don't need no one. Like, no. That's not what it is. You would want people in your life. You don't need people in your life, you know? You should always, guys, keep your feelings and your self-worth in two separate places, so that in the event your feelings become hurt, it doesn't change the way you feel about yourself. It just provides an alternative perspective to how to look at things. And guys, also view these times, guys, when these things come up for you and these triggers come up for you, and you're faced with your fucking demons right now, you know what I mean? Look at it as a gift from the universe and from God. Now, a lot of you may be saying, oh shit, how the hell is this a gift? I understand, but it is a gift because you've been given the gift to see what needs to go. Now, it may not be so damn beautiful when we're going through it, you know what I mean? But it's a gift, guys. It really is. So, I mean, you know, guys, yeah, we just really have to take that emotional responsibility, as I'm saying, and get those things that are within our subconscious out, so that our consciousness and our intention are in line with our reality. And strangely enough, you know what I mean? I just pulled a deck out of, you know, my tower, and the Wild Unknown Tarot is what I was using. And the wild unknown, right? Shit, walking into the unknown is damn crazy. And look at the first card that popped out was the Devil card reversed. I look at the Devil card reversed as there are residuals of pain, there are residuals of old programming. There are residuals of things that are left that we thought we worked through that are going to come back up during this time. The subconscious is going to release those things as to which we maybe kind of worked through, but not really. But that's really what the Devil card is to me. It's like I said, that residual energy, or those residuals left over of fear and left over of programming and of the crap that's within us. You know, we need to let it go. And even if there's a slight amount of residuals, it's going to come back up. And remember, it's a gift, like I said, you know, before or earlier. And what's also interesting here too is I was also guided as well to pop out a postcard from Spirit. So that's going to come up right now in a bit. And I forgot to pop that out first, but we're going to go ahead and pop that card out. And we're going to see what the message is at the end. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and shuffle that out. And just see what Spirit, you know, has for us, since this was, I was led by Spirit to really deliver this message to you guys and from my higher self as well. So I'm going to flip the card over. Not going to see it. We're going to place it down there at the end. We'll see it at the end, okay? And I'll read it to you guys as well. So the residuals left over, right? We got to get rid of them. Those people, those places, those things, those programmings, those pains that we didn't work through. Forgive our parents. Forgive the shit. You know what I mean? And then the next card that popped out was the Six of Swords. Yeah, we need to move forward to find our rainbow. We need to move forward and find greener pastures. And those greener pastures include our consciousness and our intention being in line with our reality. That cannot happen unless we work through that crap and we let it go. And also too, guys, when you forgive, forgiveness is not for the other person, nor is forgiveness, nor in forgiveness are you telling the other person that you are okay with what they did, or you're fine with the nasty shit that they did, you know? No, that's not really what it is. It's you actually saying you're not going to carry that shit around anymore, you know, and you're not going to allow it to affect you any longer. We have to let it go, guys. We have to forgive ourselves for carrying that shit around and that crap around, you know, and forgive ourselves for stepping and stomping all over our heart and holding resentment and holding hatred and holding all of those low vibrational frequencies that keep us trapped within the matrix, and that gets used against us. It's a cycle, guys. We keep ourselves within that cycle. We must love ourselves enough to move past that and to release ourselves of that. And it all begins with you guys. It begins with us as individuals. And we all have our own past. We all have our own reasons as to why we incarnated during this time. Yes, we all incarnated during this time for this event and to experience this light body integration. But we can work through it. And our natal charts help us out a lot regarding maybe where to go, how to get there. So then shuffle out a little bit more cards. And then the next one that comes up, yep, the 10 of Wands. Exactly. Release the burdens. We have to let go of the burdens and not view it as burdensome any longer. Don't view something as like that is inconvenient as burdensome. It's something you just have to work through and look at it as a gift, because it's something you are going to not only work through, but you're going to build strength from. And you're going to then use those tools to then move forward and to teach other people and to be there for other people. And so you can give yourself organically to the world, and you can give yourself organically to yourself, and you can trust in your own decisions and your own perception and in your own, you can believe yourself. And when you believe yourself and you trust yourself, that's when you allow spirit to come through. That's when you allow God to come through. That's when you connect to your higher self. Because all those blocks that are there, we don't have time for it. We don't integrate that time where we connect with our higher self. We all can do it, guys. Reading cards and all of that, it's nothing special. We all can do it. And then the next card here that popped out, the Death card. Transformations are coming, and that Death card specifically is Scorpio, and Justice as well, which is also Venus, Libra. Isn't that crazy? Transformation is really coming, and that is also right before the phoenix rises from the ashes. And it's great, guys. It's all tied in here, you know what I mean? Where it's the Death card is Scorpio, or emblematic of that. Justice is emblematic of Libra. And it just so happens that Venus went retrograde in Scorpio and back into Libra. But we have to give ourselves that justice. And we have to know that we deserve it and stand up for ourselves, guys. And to know that we must now take our power back and not give it away anymore. Because when we give our power away, everything that we just previously discussed, this is what happens, guys. You know what I mean? And it all begins with taking emotional responsibility for ourselves, guys. And look, the bottom of the deck right there, the Sun card, light will be shed upon these areas. But where there is light, there is also truth. And it's time for us to walk in truth. Light's going to be shed upon our burdens. Light is going to be shed upon the crap that we keep within our subconscious and the crap that we believe help us, the attachments that don't do anything for us but keep us bound. And the attachment is there so that then we go around the issue instead of through it. And then we end up, like I keep saying, stomping all over our own fucking heart. We can't do that anymore, because then we don't give ourselves organically to anyone or to anything, not even to ourselves. And if we can't trust ourselves, we ain't trusting anyone else. There's a song that has been on my mind for days on end already. It makes so much sense here now that I'm giving you guys this collective reading here for Venus retrograde and just the energies, you know. Linkin Park, Breaking the Habit. I'm going to leave a link in the description box. Now, guys, let's go ahead and flip over the Spirit card or the postcard from Spirit, and let's see what it says here, okay? So, the postcard from Spirit here says, Dearest you, the common sayings, be in the world but not of it, and wear the world loosely, refer to the need to be engaged with life while not being attached to specific outcomes. Do not take this world too personally, For you are one of the many co-creators here to play. And we all have many ideas about how all of this should play out. Just know the outcomes don't matter as much as the presence you bring to each experience and how you let yourself flow through life. There's a real freedom in knowing and accepting this. So, will you wear the world loosely or will it straitjacket you? It's your choice. Whatever happens, have the courage to keep trying to live as you are meant to. And when it comes to manifesting, don't worry about the how or even the why. We have that covered, meaning spirit. Everything is going to turn out exactly as it should. Spirit has a plan. And what's that plan, guys? Moving to the fifth density. But we're going to allow it to straitjacket us, guys. And how we allow it to straitjacket us is when we operate from fear and we get stuck within the matrix. But like I said, you guys are already detaching from it. So I'm hoping, guys, that this kind of put a little bit of a perspective on this, and what is currently going on. We must face our adversities and stare dead in the face and say, fuck you. I'm not going to do this anymore. I'm going to take my power back because I love myself and I'm worth it. And you all are, guys. Okay, guys, I think that's pretty much it here. And just remember, pick yourself up and find it in yourself to move forward and to gather yourself together and to know that this all is for your highest good and for the highest good of the collective, guys. All right, guys, we'll see you.